Hey guys, listen. Do not let your hurt dictate your future. Do not allow someone to tell you no and think that that's the end of your dream. Do not think that a closed door should stop your push to where you're going. Do not let struggle hurt your effort because your effort is connected to your future. Not what someone else can say or do for you, but what you can do to help execute where it is you want to go. I look back when I was 13 years old. I was playing baseball and I was waiting, as every kid was, on a Saturday evening to get the call to say, hey, Josh, you've made the 13-year-old baseball team. Because that's just what I expected. Every day of my life, I had just had nothing but success in sports. Every year that I was eligible for the All-Star team, I made it. And I remember sitting there with my mom and we're waiting, and the day gets longer. I don't get that phone call. So my mom picks up the phone and she calls my coach and she here's the news. Your son didn't make it. And at the time, I didn't have a father figure in my life to help me push past the hurt that came with that. So I decided that baseball wasn't my sport. It made me hate baseball. It made me hate people associated with baseball. And sadly, just to be honest, I was surrounded with a bunch of white people in baseball, and it made me feel like baseball was a white man's sport. And I just drawed away from it. I went to run track where I was successful. And I had a lot of hurt over a lot of years over that day being told no. And I never got a chance to process it. And I allowed that hurt to dictate my future in the sport of baseball. I tried again to play when I was in 11th grade, and I had so much hate for the game that it just wasn't something that I desired anymore. I had to quit. But that's not the mark on life. So I fast forward to when I'm 27, I get into that DUI causing death, and I kill Mr. Robinson. I'm back at hate. I'm back at being told no's. I'm back at struggles and doors being shut. And I decided one day laying in bed that I was going to make it. That no matter what, people were going to dislike me. That a lot of people were going to tell me no. I was going to lose jobs that I normally would be a good candidate for. But that's life. In life, people are going to tell us no. In life, not everybody's going to see the same vision that you see. In life, every door is not going to open. But what it is that this winner's mentality that we're going to gain in life is that no matter what, we always win. See, I didn't know back then that during the time that they said, no, Josh, you didn't make the All-Star team, was time that I could have just been preparing all off season just to get better, to come back. I didn't have that comeback mentality, that winner's mentality, because I allowed that hurt to quench my thirst to want to even be a part. See, listen, sometimes when we lose, sometimes when we get cut, sometimes when we struggle, we need to find what it is inside of that loss that creates us a winner. See, winners never lose. So throughout times of hurt, throughout times of struggle, we just gotta get to the point where we learn. If you lose but you learn, you win. There is no such thing of losing if you learn. We just got to understand that when we make decisions and fight for our decisions and execute through effort and understanding, that no one's no is going to matter. Because what's destined for you is already there. You just have to figure out how to get there. When I got on that plane to go to Houston a couple weeks ago, I didn't know what city we were going to go through. I didn't know what turbulence we may go through, but what I did, I sat there and I allowed the trip to ride. I let go of everything and I allowed it to control itself. We have to let go of all hurt. We have to let go of all pain and just let life just control itself, but decide what is best to do in order to conquer your goal, to be a better parent, to be a better student, to be a better employee. We just have to understand that our hurts can be our greatest joy when we learn to work through it. It all starts with a decision. Don't let no stop your future, because your hurt cannot dictate where you're going.